guys, welcome back to We Watch Movie. I'm Mike.
I'm Jay.
And this is a Patreon review for a long time. And I mean, fucking long time Patreon. Katie Sidebottom, a wonderful human being.
The mysterious figure in the dark that always gives out good treats and advice. Katie Sidebottom, what a wonderful pick.
We love you, Katie.
P2? Me too.
P2?
Me too.
Hey, dude, you know in Spanish, I don't know if it's in Spanish or like in some language, P2 means farts.
Ah. El farto.
So in like Spain, when they released it, they called it something different because they want people like, yeah, this movie's called Farts.
You know those people that have fetishes about sucking farts through straws really got off on this one.
That's like, a thing?
Yeah. They have there's a lady that's selling her farts online.
Really? Like she farts in like a can?
Oh, you know what it is? It's that chick, yeah, she farts in a jar and she sells it. It's 90 Days Fiance. She's selling them.
And that sounds like a good Christmas present.
They're pooting in friggin' jars. We're in the wrong business.
That sounds like a good present.
But yeah, P2, man. What a wonderful movie. What a wonderful time of year.
Hey, it's a Christmas movie. That's why we're gonna do it. That's why we're doing it for December. It's a Christmas movie. So, West Sidebottom, West Forsyth. What the fuck is his name? Wes
Bentley.
Wes Bentley. Wes Bentley.
Old Blackheart himself from Ghost Rider.
Hey, he's been in a bunch of shit, dude. Like,
I know.
He's been. I'm watching him right now in Yellowstone, and by the way, he's gotten much better at acting.
You know what I know about Wes Bentley is it's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. He was in American Beauty.
I know. That's
he's that
crazy.
weird kid that was like watching a bag float down the street. He's like, it's the most beautiful thing. I was like, really? Really? Wes Bentley, he looks like, I swear to God, dude, I looked this up. If you look at Anthony Perkins in 1960, Psycho,
yeah,
he looks like Anthony Perkins mixed with a strung out Jake Gyllenhaal.
I get that.
Yeah, I was like, God, and he was trying to play the Anthony Perkins role in this.
Yeah, and he plays currently he's in a show called Yellowstone where he's this kid that gets shit on all. He's not a kid, but he's trying to be a politician and gets shit on. He's fucking awesome in that show. He was in Hunger Games. He was American Beauty and a bunch of shit. But in this movie, Rachel Nichols, by the way, is the lead star in this, and she was the chick in Amityville Horror, the remake that locks the kids in the closet, and she's the babysitter.
Oh yeah, that's her. Oh my God, it's been forever.
I had no idea. Like she's in a bunch of other shit, but I knew her name when I saw it. But yeah, so like she's a hardworking business lady. And she's working, and then she's late for Christmas because she works too hard and she misses all sorts of family stuff. Mm-hmm. And then she goes downstairs to try to get in her car. Her car doesn't start. There's this security guard who works there, and he tries to help her. That's Wes Bentley. And then you find out that he has locked the entire fucking parking garage down. He's locked her inside of it. He chases her down. She wakes up chained to a table wearing a dress, and he's like, you know, I love you. I want to have a relationship with you. And, like, he's definitely going to fucking kill her at the end of it. And then she has to find her way out of this parking garage and survive the night, Jim.
This is a 5,000 degree clinger. It's like, have dinner with me! Like, I mean, it's like for the first date. Like, have dinner with me.
I made cranberry sauce.
I'm all alone on Christmas, bitch! And yeah, it's, you know, overall, he does a pretty good job of portraying, like, a psychopath and, just a very unnerving presence. But the thing about him is, like, I don't know, it's like sometimes he tried too hard. And I was like, all right, man, it's going a little overboard here. I think you're going to get paid regardless, so calm it down. Because I feel like he was just trying to be too much at certain points of the movie. Still fun, still a bad guy, a good villain is what I'm saying is. And then the movie paces itself pretty well. Like, I didn't really necessarily get bored, but then sometimes I was like, all right, well, I'm gotta be home for eggnog. So can you hurry this the fuck up?
Two things. Like, I love the idea of the story, and I love the idea of the movie. It's very simple. By the way, it's written by Alexander Aja.
Take on me.
Take on me.
Swedish.
He, the guy who did High Tension, the guy who did Crawl, a fucking amazing director.
Yeah.
He wrote this, and
was he in a parking garage when he wrote it? He probably was.
Like writer's block in the parking lot of McDonald's.
It was probably his third time getting a strikeout where they wouldn't buy a script. He's depressed.
But like he wrote it, and like it's. And that's the thing about the movie, like, it's a cool idea. I love these kind of movies. I love these really, like, small, contained thrillers. Like, hey, lady stuck in a parking garage, guy wants to probably rape and kill her.
Yeah.
And, you know, you're stuck in that situation. I like these type of movies, but the problem I had with it was, one, I don't think they did a good enough job making him scary. Like, they didn't give him enough backstory at all. He never really explained what he wanted. I think, obviously, he wanted to sex her and kill her. But they showed that he was crazy. They did a bunch of crazy shit with him.
Yeah.
But like he never really had enough backstory for you to be like, oh shit, this guy's really freaky and scary. And two, I didn't really like her character. Like I was never like, oh my god, I hope she doesn't get hurt.
You know what it was? I think her character was empty. Yeah, it was just kind of a shallow written character. Bitchy. Yeah, there was no fleshing out of the character.
I didn't want her to die, but
no, I did. But but no, there was no fleshing out of the characters per se, and it goes with him as well. I do agree on that because I think midway through the film, or at least 3/4 of the film, I was like, you know what? It's going to be something crazy. I was going to be like, he's going to get away. Or he's going to disappear into the night, and then the real security guard that he killed before and took over his spot, and he'd been watching her for a long time, and this was all set up by him, you know, or something like that. I don't know. And they didn't really do that. It was just this weird fucking guy that decided to do it, which I guess is scary is the fact that you work with these people and then all of a sudden they can snap like that. But yeah, still not really a good in-depth analysis or explanation of why he's doing what he's doing other than you got nice titties and I want to fucking stick my dick in them. But you know, I gotta say though, they did really, really good with for the small, because it's not a very gory movie, but when they do have those scenes,
there was one scene.
Yeah, dude, I was like, damn, they did a great job. Holy shit!
Yikes!
Did you guys get Sir Christopher Nelson? Probably not.
There's one scene where this dude had tried to hit on her before, and he ties him down to a chair and puts him in the parking garage, and he's like, look what I can do.
I just got my license yesterday.
Oh man, what he does to this guy. There's that one scene where he drives the car out, and when it smooshes, you go like, oh,
dude,
fuck!
It's like,
dude bursted,
and he kept backing up to do it. He's like, that hell's gonna pop like a fucking melon.
He bursted like a pinata.
And then when it happens, he goes, oh. That's so happy with himself. Yeah. I was like, yeah. First off, I don't know why he did that for. Like, he just wanted to get the head to burst or some shit like that because it's like his guts are hanging out. He's not gonna live. Yeah. Like, I promise you, he's not gonna live.
I've seen signs. I know she can survive for 30 seconds.
I'm just gonna go out of here on a limb and say that his guts are all over the parking garage. I don't think he's gonna get up from this.
I like that then that he cleaned it up though. He spent like 30 minutes like, fuck, I gotta clean this now.
Yeah, he dragged
put the pallets up and all that.
Well, you know, they also missed the eye stab scene was really well done, and that was a cool scene. That looked good. It was a really again when they have the graphic violence on it, and again, it's not like they're just doing it like Rob Zombie. I got ticks in my beard. I want to show something really gross on camera. But when they do show it, because it does add to the story, they do a really good job with those special effects and those makeup effects. But I will say they missed what I was going to say was they missed a big opportunity. We were talking about pacing and things like that of the movie overall. We didn't like. One thing I didn't like either is like the whole cop thing when the cops come. Yeah. I feel like it was just too like smoothed over. Like, I mean, it was like there should have been something they can ratchet up tension a little bit more.
Yeah,
because I thought it was going to be like she got out of the trunk and she was running up to yell at the cops, hey, I'm in here, can you do whatever. I thought it was going to be like they hurt her and then he was going to take that axe and fucking like slam it in their face or do something crazy.
Yeah, I wanted something wild to happen for him to be like, oh shit, now I'm in this situation, how do I get out of it? But like really it was just so contained. Like he always had her and like you would think she got away and you're thinking like, what would I do? That's why these movies are good. Like what would I do in this situation? Like she had several chances to escape or do other things and it never really worked out. Like they did that stuff well. It was just like, but it was like you were kind of bored going, all right, like something else has to happen here because he's just chasing around this goddamn parking garage.
And I did that scene where he was like doing the Elvis thing.
That's what I was gonna say. Like, yeah, he tries.
God damn, stop.
Had he really went in on that, and had he been scary, and had you knew a little bit about him that made you scared of him, like that scene where he's doing the Elvis, because he basically locks himself in his little security officer and he starts like, and he's like doing the Elvis song to it, and it's supposed to be freaky, but you're like, you could see that the actor's heart's not in it. Yeah. He was just like half-assed in it. And like if that was like Nicolas Cage or something, that could have been like a legendary freaky ass fucking scene.
Yeah, it looked like
he just kind of like ran it through the laundry.
It looked like Wes Bentley was waiting for a cigarette break. Like he's like, I gotta do this fucking stupid thing. Because the one thing that she's doing, which he doesn't even care about, what you would think that you're a psychopath and you have everything laid out in your plan. She's like knocking down the cameras and he's like not giving a shit. I was like, oh, that's gonna make him go, huh? And like it stopped in the middle of his thing, but he didn't even do it. Or I thought hey, you know what? They may have backup cameras. Maybe he would flip it on and she would see one at the top of the ceiling and be like, I can't get away. Yeah. But nothing happened. He just kept singing his fucking shitty karaoke. It looked like somebody at Applebee's just having a good time. But yeah, overall, I thought it was still a solid movie. But it's weird. I would never classify this movie as horror. To me, it's not horror. It's a thriller movie.
It's definitely a thriller.
It's just a thriller. I mean,
horror elements.
Yeah, horror elements, but I mean, Die Hard and shit like that's got horror elements in it as far as when they die, gruesome, death scenes.
Well, that's the thing. They could have made him more of a serial killer. Like, it didn't feel like he was a serial killer. He felt like a lonely, like, mid-20s guy who just, like, snapped.
Yeah.
Like, he never, like, if he felt like a serial killer, like, I've done this before, or some shit like that, like, which he clearly has a little bit, but, like, yeah, they didn't make him enough of a serial killer to me. That's why he never scared me. It was just like, I honestly thought that maybe he'd be like, I'm sorry, I'm gonna let you go.
Yeah.
Like, my bad, you know?
Yeah, there was a lot of missed opportunities as far as making the film more memorable, but still, it's a solid movie for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, it was it's still a fun movie to watch.
And it's so Christmas themed, like it's very Christmas themed. So it was an awesome idea, Katie, because it's like there's not many good Christmas horror movies.
Yeah.
Like, and this falls in the line. This is definitely a Christmas horror movie, and nobody ever talks about it. So, and I remember like when we were like not growing up, it's not that old, but I remember seeing it. I remember seeing it like on the poster board at like the theater. I remember seeing the DVD, and I always thought like, I wonder what that's about. So I was really excited when he picked this because I was like, oh fuck, I've always kind of been interested in what this is.
It was about farts, according to the French or the Spanish. But it's a 2007 flick, so it's up there in age. But yeah, it's still a fun movie, man, and it's a good recommendation.
Yeah.
And, it was still fun to watch as far as like just having a good time with it. So it wasn't one of those things that you have to like trudge through. Is what I'm saying. Like but there were moments you're like, fuck. Okay, stop singing. Like, stop it. Like, and then the whole thing when he was like sitting at dinner with her.
He was really good at picking dresses, by the way. That dress fit perfect.
You know what? And he was so pleased with himself for picking that dress. He touched those titties. And
he did touch
those titties. Well, they were out there for the world to see.
He did.
They were. They looked like big giant melons.
He was like, shh.
Yeah, he touched those motherfuckers like he was looking for the firmness, like he was at Kroger looking at those melons.
I'm just checking.
And he's like, oh, your skin is so soft. I was like, woo. But yeah, it was still overall, but good bad guy. By the way, I think Wes Bentley is one of those dudes that I feel like he's a
perfect face for the role.
Yeah, he's one of those weird in-between kind of guys because it's like you know his face and you know his name when you say it out loud, but you really don't know him for anything. Like,
yeah.
But he always looks like that guy, or his name sounds like that guy that's been in some big major roles.
I know you, eyebrows.
Yeah, it's like, but he does. I swear to God, he's from Jake Gyllenhaal's family tree. He looks just like fucking Jake. Not like him, but like they're related. They both have the dark circle raccoon eyes and the weird big bushy ass dark eyebrows.
That's what it comes down to. Like, I actually like it. Like on like face value, I'm like, I like the casting of this, and then like I love the story idea. I love the movies like this. I don't think that those two actors really were. Because again, I didn't like her very much. I wasn't rooting. Like, I didn't want her to die, but like I also wasn't like crazy in love with her. And then also with him, it was like
I think it was
I think it was perfect cast, and I just think he didn't pull it off as well as he could have. So like for me, it's a 6, but like could have been an 8. And I get why you like it. And again, Christmas horror. Didn't know this was a Christmas horror movie. Fucking great pick, Katie.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 10. No, I'm gonna give it a 6 too. I'm in the same boat. It's one of those movies like I feel like there's so much missed opportunity, and they could have done a really good job with fleshing out some of the characters. I feel like her role itself was not fleshed out correctly, or the main things about these kind of movies is you have to really like the audience has to really connect to the protagonist in some way, specifically in a thriller movie or a horror movie, and they didn't really do a good job. Like you just feel like you're dropped in the middle of the story and you don't know really what's going on.
I don't really like you, but I hope you don't die.
Yeah, I don't want you to have like fucking cancer of the butt or something. I just don't want. I don't like you. But yeah, it's like kind of like that. And also Wes Bentley is one of those guys. Again, you know what it is? I think overall, maybe just the actor and the actress themselves just didn't have any chemistry.
Yeah.
Like because when they're on screen together, you think of it like look at not Hannibal, but you look at Sons of the Lamb, Jodie Foster and Anthony Hopkins.
Yeah.
That's a pinnacle of like a guy and a girl with great chemistry, and they're both at odds with each other, but it works on screen so well because they have this kind of weird relationship. It just didn't happen in this movie, but overall, it's still a solid film. Yeah. And yeah, I'm like you. I like those contained kind of film. I like those unnerving storylines, or about something that's mundane, like a parking garage is very mundane, and what could happen.
Look, you said an amazing view overlooking the balcony.
Mm-hmm.
Like the table looks great, the silverware is fancy. You got wonderful drinks. It's a wonderful atmosphere to be in, and then you serve it. It's sort of a Burger King burger, but you know what? I had a good time.
Soggy. It's a little soggy, but it's still passable as a Whopper.
I had a good time.
Bite into it, bitch.
Decent enough. I'm not going to complain on you. Yeah. Hey, we love your fucking faces. We love you, Katie. Thanks for awesome. And she picked some awesome movies in the past before too. We love you all. We love your fucking picks. We love doing these movie reviews for you. We love everything about you. And basically, we really love to transfer fluids with you in the bedroom. And would like to continue doing so. So
we've had our shots.
Yeah, we love you.
Don't worry. Be happy. Here's a little song I wrote. Gonna stick it in your butt and boat.
Don't worry.
Hey guys, this is Mark Wahlberg, and I just wanted to take a second to talk to you about We Watched a Movie. They got a really good Patreon going on over there. They'll do videos for you based on any of their characters. They'll do commentaries for you. They'll do movie reviews for you. They got behind-the-scenes videos. You got 20% off of all their merch. They'll even make you your own video store card like Blockbuster back in the day. They got commentaries just sitting there waiting to be fucked by your movie ears. I'll put the link below. We gotta outrun the wind.